Oh, did it go? Yep, it's hanging. Hey guys, welcome to the USA Bundle Party. This is part of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. We are all part of it. We've made some recipes today to share with you guys. And just a note, the bundle is only on until the 11th of May. It's got $1,500 worth of content for just $50. So we've put links below. Go support the creator you want to support and have a look. So hey guys, girls.
Hello.
To be back.
Hi.
Yes, we're all back again. Well, some of us were live yesterday. So I was just saying we've all bought different foods. And what we're going to do is just come up, each of us, and talk about the food that we bought, where it came from in the bundle, and show it off a bit. So Yin's going to go first.
Yep. Hi.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. I'm in Malaysia. I just woke up. It's like 7 in the morning. And so I made this.
Oh, I'm missing this. Hang on 1 second.
This is the banana bread.
Oh my gosh.
Yum.
Yeah. So the one in Christina Solberg's ebook. Yeah, I made 2 mini loaves. So I finished 1 loaf yesterday. It was so good. I had it with us, and then I had to save one today to show it to you guys. So I'll cut it up later and make it. I also wanted to show some of the other things that I've made as well previously. Also Christina's recipe. There's like the raw vegan crackers. Yeah. Oh, it's kind of dark here. Should have turned on the other light. But yeah. Hold on, let me try and see if I turn on the other light. Will that work? I guess it's not bright yet. It's only 7 in the morning. That's why.
That's all right. That looks amazing. What's her book called again, Lisa? Christina's book? Is this Christina that made the...
Oh, Enzyme. Oh, okay. This is not good either. Now I look like I have a lightsaber down my face.
That's all right.
Yeah,
shining bright there.
Enzyme-rich living breads, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I made those 2 recipes from her ebook. And since Lisa is here, is Lisa here?
I sure am.
I wanted to show the Renchi beets. I have 2 jars of this, but yeah. So the Renchi beets are in Pause Please. And I have been eating this with my salads every single day. Yeah.
Oh, that makes me so happy. I have a gallon and a half of those ready to go.
Oh no, it spilled. It spilled on my laptop.
Oh, you're going to have, this has marked your laptop for life now.
And then these were my recipes. These are my Easy Bliss balls. You can check it out on I did a live on how to make it on together with Lisa as well. So just 4 ingredients: freshly grated coconut, dates, cacao powder, and miso paste. And Az really likes this as well. And the last one, I also have a recipe in Comfort Foods, the group collaboration ebook. I saved this too for the party, but Az wanted to eat it, and I'm like, no, I need to show it on the party first. my mini chocolate chip cookies. So after this, he can eat them. Yeah, and if any of you know Watermelon and Lime, she made the recipes. She made the chocolate chip cookies, and she posted it on Instagram. So I'm so happy to see her make it as well. So yeah.
So that one there, the chocolate chip cookies are in the Comfort ebook, which is only available with the bundle. And once the bundle ends, you can never get that recipe ebook ever again. So Yin's link is below if you want to check that out.
Thank you.
Go
I also made Lisa's, I mean, I can't show it now, but I just wanted to say that I made Lisa's ginger chia dressing. There's a recipe in Pause Please. I made 2 batches of that for my salad, so that was really nice. I also tried out her cheesy pumpkin seed sauce, I think. And I also made who is it? Amanda Sick from Plant Creations. She has a Plant Creations book as well. I also made her pesto, her pumpkin seed pesto as well. But I obviously ate that all up already, so but I just wanted to say that. Oh, and since Marabella is here, in her chakra book, she also has meditations. So for the past 3 days, I've been starting my day with her meditations, except for today, because today I woke up and I went like, oh, I need to get ready for the raw party. So I did not meditate.
I love
Yeah.
that.
That's great.
That's
Thank you.
you guys listening. There's so much in all of this in the bundle. You can meditate. You can make. What is that called? There, Richie beats. I'm making up names now. The comfort book. There's what was that cheesy pumpkins? Was it cheesy chia? Gosh, I just heard so much information.
Cheesy pumpkin seed sauce. Is it? It's in the inulin salad, right, Lisa?
Yeah. Yeah, it's part of the inulin salad in the Pause Please book.
Yes. Yeah. And the ginger chia dressing. I like the ginger chia dressing a lot. I want to make that again. That
Excellent.
was so good.
Mm.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Thank you so much, Yin. And once again, everyone listening, this is all part of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. Marabella, welcome.
Yay.
Hi. There's something that Lissa made in her. It was on your first reel or one of the reels I saw today, and it was made with cacao. And I really wanted to make that, but I didn't have time. I was busy doing all these other things. So, but I want to make the, I think they're cacao brownies or something, or they just look so incredible.
The cloud cupcake.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I wanted
I've
to
got
make
one
that.
to show.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yes. I put that on my story, but I did make the sushi from Sky, from her book.
Oh,
Roar. And I used is lettuce instead of nori wraps. And
that's the tuna.
the tuna. Mm-hmm.
I love that recipe.
It's
You
so
like
good.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Mhm.
Oh, I love that. I'm
So
glad you
delicious.
like it. Whoa, what did I do? I pushed something else different here. I'm trying to bring you.
Mhm.
Oh, we're all in
And I
different
altered
colors.
it just a little bit. I didn't have I used Bragg's aminos instead of the miso because I didn't have miso.
I love that. That's what I encourage people to do is like, if you don't have something, just swap it out. Or if you want to add something, add it in. So I'm glad you did that. All right, Lisa.
Ooh, I've got a lot of stuff to show. Not tons, but enough. So I actually, when Yin was showing some of her stuff, I was like, oh, I should bring some stuff that we have just laying around in the freezer, in the fridge. So here is the Ranchy Beets. This is just one of 3 half gallons with the Ranchy Beets. Now, this recipe is so good. This is one of my absolute favorite of all time ferments. And because beets are really good for perimenopause, like the nitric oxide and stuff like that, they're really, really good. So yeah, I eat these with every salad. Sometimes I'll just scoop them out with a spoon and have them as a snack. But then I have the next 2 things I want to show are the desserts. So this is the one that Marabella was talking about. This is the cloud cupcake. So this recipe is only available in the group collaboration ebook. I don't have this recipe anywhere else for people. So it's only available in the bundle. You have to buy the bundle to get this recipe. This is one of my absolute favorite desserts of all time, next to this one right here. But these cloud cupcakes, it's like an avocado cacao carob. We use both carob and cacao for color and flavor. And then it's basically like eating a dream because it's so fluffy and creamy and delicious, like seriously best ever. And then this here is the carrot cake from Chef AJ. So these are recipes. This one in the group collaboration ebook, and this one is in Make It Raw Volume 5. So those are the desserts I have to show. And then finally, I love that Yin made the banana loaf. Nate is going to be making the umami bread soon. And yesterday he made the Nordic living loaf again for like the 5th time in a row. And he made a double batch because we cannot get enough of this bread. So everybody who's watching, please go buy the bundle because you get the Enzyme Rich Living Breads book from Christina. And so here are 2 pieces of bread that Nate made. They're going to be perfect. And what he did, he made some that were shaped like these bread pieces and other ones that were kind of oval. So it was like a sourdough kind of. And I made, so this is my grand finale for my session, is the sandwich.
Oh,
So
wow.
I made a sandwich with the bread. So this one has living mustard. So it's a Dijon style mustard that there's a recipe in Make It Raw 5 for the mustard. So you can make a living mustard. There's lettuce, there's fermented cucumber or pickles, there's tomato, onion, and avocado and sprouts in this sandwich. So
That looks
that's
insane,
what-
Melissa. Like the actual word is insane.
I know. These
Wow,
are
that's amazing.
these are next level delicious. Like I can't get over how amazing this is. And like I said, we've made this recipe already 5 times and 3 of those times was a double batch. We've been seriously eating this like crazy because they're so good. I'm going to take a bite out of one
Wow.
of them here. Like
I
look
love
at,
seeing what's possible.
right?
Wow.
It's a full on sandwich, like full
Oh my
on.
gosh.
I got to take a bite here.
You do.
Mm.
You take your
Mhm.
bite there.
That looks
That
so
looks so good.
delicious.
Pickles there as well. Is there pickles?
Wow.
I'll let her chew.
It is so good. It is so good. Okay, I'm going to put it down now.
Mhm.
It's
Did
like
you,
it's
Worth it.
did you
Is
use
there-
the probiotics for the starter?
I did. So we have a bottle that we bought like 100 years ago, but it's from Country Life. It's a vegan acidophilus. And so the recipe only calls for like a little tiny bit. So we just open a capsule and just put a little pinch in for the starter. And the starter is so easy to make. Like this bread is actually super easy to make. If you can use a food processor, you can make this bread. It's so easy. The starter is super easy. You just mix it up like before bed and you let it ferment overnight. And then it's ready to go the next day. And I found the starter is enough to make 3 batches of this bread. So we'll make a double batch one day and then a single batch the next day. And we have enough starter for that. But it's so easy. It's so good. It's so light. Like it's a really light bread. Really fun. So we're excited to make more. And Marabella, the sushi you made, Sky, I love that recipe too. I made that for Nate and I have it featured. I think it's going to be in tomorrow's YouTube video. I'm not sure yet, but we did make yours for lunch one of the days.
Yay. So that recipe, the base of it has literally saved me many times. So I like after Lady Gaga concert. So I went to the concert and they're eating like all sorts of things like McDonald's. And they get there, we're at a restaurant, then they're eating ice creams and I'm around people drinking. I go home at 2 a.m. and I get really overstimulated and I'm better to face eating than go and get starving and then tomorrow morning or even get McDonald's, right? So I find getting all those flavors in a blender and mashing them up gives me like enough, and it's quick too because you just mash them all in. So I'm so happy you liked it, and you as well, Marabella.
Mm. So good. Very
There's so many
satisfying.
good, so many good
So good.
recipes in this bundle. Everybody's got to get it because oh my gosh, next level.
Yay! And welcome, Ali. Ali, welcome to the party there.
Hi. Yay.
Hello,
That took a little
Ali.
while. Hi. Finally made it.
You did. Now, did you want to show your recipe or are you still making the recipe?
I've been obsessed with the noodles and the spinach sauce from the collaboration book, and this is, I believe, Wendy's recipe. So I'm really happy that there was a noodle dish because I've been obsessed with that. But I also made, which I have actually ready, is my bonus juice shot recipe, which has turmeric, ginger, pineapple, apple, black pepper, and you can put any kind of spicy pepper you want in there, jalapeno or dried cayenne, or if you have any fresh hot peppers. Really depends on like how spicy you can handle it. Right now, spice is giving me heartburn, so I didn't put that in there, but the pepper helps the turmeric be absorbed
Yeah.
better. So I got that in here. And then to keep it kind of with like the smoothies, I just blended it with some water and then strained it out to be here. But you can totally juice it and not have it watered down. I put the minimal amount in there so that way it could blend and strain really good. But yeah, I take these. It's highly anti-inflammatory. It's really good for when you're not feeling well or you're around other people that aren't feeling so good and they're under the weather. So I recommend this to so many people. It's also helped me if I've ever had like headaches or aches and pains. I'll add in extra hot peppers when I'm obviously not pregnant and getting heartburn. So it's super helpful. It's like nature's Advil. I don't like to take any of that kind of stuff at all. So I do this. It's all raw and delicious. And yeah, so I'll be making my cucumber noodle dish with the dressings already made and sipping on this.
Oh, lovely. And we're so happy you joined us, Ali.
Me too. I'm glad.
The
Thank
Spanish sauce sounds very interesting. I'm gonna take a look at that. Wendy's, yeah?
Mhm.
Great.
I did want to say when you talking about how you use like the turmeric shot as nature's Advil, I very strongly when I got off a lot of pain medication and drinking and where I came from was very heavy pharmaceutically, is I used a lot of turmeric, ginger, garlic, chili to help me cope. I don't know what it is. I do know things like I have trigeminal nerve pain. I know the chili, the capsaicin in that can help with the trigeminal nerve. I had a lot of inflammation, but all of like putting things like that in my salads, or I wasn't juicing at the time, but in my salad dressings or even in the bowl that I had, I remember helping me with pain, the pain responses in my body so much. And I had being so sick as I had been, some people were just not aware, but also the cleaner I ate, the better effects I get from turmeric, ginger, chili, onion, all of these things. They're really amazing. So
I was going to put garlic in mine too, because garlic's not as intense. And but I've been adding extra garlic and onion powder to my salads. So I had forgotten. I was making it real quick before coming on here. But yeah, really helpful.
Yay. And that shot is in your book?
Yes, it's the last recipe. It's a bonus shot because my book is the Joyful Smoothies, and it's all smoothies, but I wanted to add that in because I share that with everyone all the time.
Oh, I think Ali's frozen there. But yes, guys, go check out the bundle. The links are below. I will try and add Ali's link as well to that. But lots of goodness there. So hopefully she'll pop back in a second. Kiko.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Was that just me that crashed
Oh,
out?
yeah, you.
Okay.
I was. Yes.
So yeah, you can use it dried as well. I find pineapple is hard to get fresh and good all year round. So that one's one of the ones that you can substitute with probably more apple or anything else juicier. If you have like a juicer and you want to do it all fresh, that works too.
Thank you. And if you would just in the private chat, drop your code and I will add it to the videos.
Okay. I'll have to figure that out.
Okay, Kiko, you're up.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm happy to be back. Okay, so first I made this minty green powerhouse smoothie by Jennifer. Okay, so that's what I'm sipping. It's so good. I have so much mint in my garden, so I picked up a lot, but you need a lot of mint. I was quite surprised how much mint got in, but it's very nice, very summery like smoothies, and I've been enjoying smoothies recipe because I thought that I had enough smoothie recipe, but I'm, she added few ingredients that I would have never added. So that was nice. I also enjoyed making, today I didn't do it, but Bella's smoothie recipes are really hydrating and I really like that. And then I was in the process of making that the cloud avocado cupcake that everyone's talking about, Lisa's recipe. And that used a lot of avocado. I actually didn't have enough avocado. So I'm in the making of that. And then this is the Snickerdoodles by Nate. And also what I did was Amanda's carrot cake. For some reason, maybe I made a mistake with the um, measuring of dates. It turned out very too sweet to eat. So I made I just sandwich with Snickerdoodle, and I made another batch with yesterday because I had more carrot cake. So this is really good. For some reason, it turned out really, really delicious with two combination. And then I made also this says overnight oats. Yes.
They look good.
Yes. And my husband just tasted it and he really liked it. I haven't tasted it yet because I don't usually eat. Uh, yeah, I like eating smoothie in the morning, so that would be my dessert. And then this says honey Dijon mustard. This is so easy. You don't even need any you just have to mix it. You don't need any tools. So it's very powerful. The taste is very powerful. So I've been enjoying adding little by little in my salad as a dressing. So thanks, Lisa.
Oh, I'm so glad that you made so many. I love it. And yeah, that mustard is powerful. It's interesting, like store-bought mustards are really like they're mild compared to when you make an actual real raw mustard yourself. They're so much more powerful.
I actually didn't have time, so I just used the mustard that I bought. So yeah, but I can't wait to try your version of mustard. And yeah, there's one ingredient that I'm not gonna share here. That your version of mustard, that's the ingredients that I don't have in Japan yet. So yeah, that's very interesting. I love this bundle because I love creating my own recipe, but there's so many, even just like simple smoothies, there are always like ingredients that I would have never thought about adding. So that's what I love.
Oh, I love that I've tried the honey mustard by Lissa. That was amazing. I made my wrap, put my steak in it, and drizzled honey mustard sauce all over it. And I was like, oh my God, this is so good.
Yeah, that mustard, that's the honey mustard. That one is so good. And sometimes like when Nate and I make we make the chick nuggets. So the chick nuggets recipe is in Make It Raw 5. And then we will make the barbecue sauce and the honey mustard. And we make a double batch of the chick nuggets because they're just so good. It's hard to not make a double batch. And the second half, like the second batch, we just leave it in the dehydrator with the dehydrator off. And then the next day we have leftovers and they're almost better the next day. And what we do is we have the sauces left over. That honey mustard sauce is almost better the next day. We just leave it in the dehydrator to sit overnight, but it's almost like it condenses and it gets a little bit more thick. It's so good. It is so good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's great for dipping as well. So yeah, and it lasts for a long time. It's very, very powerful. I have one question for you, Lisa.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be making the cloud avo cupcake, and the dates were dates that I have now are very hard. So I had to soak it. I just soak it in water overnight, and for the crust, Do you think it will be okay mixing the like
Yeah, they might be a little bit too soft, but what I would do is I would strain off the water and then maybe use like a paper towel or something to try and squeeze out as much of the water as you can. Just because it might be like the crust, it will still work. It'll just be the crust might be a little bit more liquidy than normal. You could compensate by maybe adding a couple dry dates to the mix, or you could add a little bit more nuts. You might get a little more batter, but to like compensate for the moisture. But try it out first. Blend it up as it is. After you squeeze out as much water as you possibly can, and then see how that goes. It should be fine though.
yeah, because we have to put it in the deep freezer anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it with the soaked one, and I'll let you know the results. I think
Yes,
it's gonna be
please.
fine.
Yes.
Can you dehydrate? If they're too soggy, can you dehydrate the dates just to
It's
take some?
okay. I don't want one more extra.
Oh,
Squeeze out the water. I'm lazy in the kitchen.
That's a good idea though, Sky. If you really had to.
yeah. In my mind, there's nothing like when I overdo something, I either add more or dehydrate. Usually
Yeah,
I just
but I
add more,
think
to be honest. I just would,
Yeah.
like what Lisa said, add more date and nuts.
Mhm,
I think it would come out just fine. I'll let you know.
mhm.
We
I
will be
love it that we're
standing
all
by.
eating. Sorry.
I will be standing by.
I
Uh,
love
let
it
me
that
bring-
we're all eating.
okay, so let me come up now.
Yay.
So, I was craving, I don't have these as much as I used to anymore. I was craving a pasta dish. And I was really drawn into Dorit's book, which is, what is it? Some sassy, scrumptious seasonal salads, sauces, and dressings. Now, say that when you first wake up in the morning. So this is the decadent pasta sauce. Can you guys see that?
Who was it? Sorry.
It's the decadent pasta sauce from
Wow.
Dorit in her scrumptious.
Ah, nice.
Yes.
That looks
Uh,
delicious.
Yeah. So she has it's called some sassy, scrumptious seasonal salads, sauces, and dressings.
I love
And
her
she has-
title.
I know. I actually had my eye on a couple in there, and there's lots and lots of beautiful fresh ingredients in this. And yeah, let me see if I can even I don't know, my camera's there. My camera kind of comes down. Is that better? Can you see that? So
Mhm.
it's
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
the color.
Wow. Oh,
Love the
I love
color.
it.
I've got more sauce too, which I reckon I'm going to need to put on. But yeah, so
We
it's got
made-
yeah.
Oh, I was
Sorry.
going to say, we made the umami cheese dip from her, and it was really good. It was like, if you're looking for an umami grounding dip, Dorit's umami cheesy dip is so good.
Yeah, she had lots of yummy ingredients in each of her recipes. So I'm just getting some more sauce because I feel like it needs more sauce going on there. But I don't know how much now I'm going to eat because it's still quite early. But I definitely want to try it. So guys, as you can see, there's so many different ebooks and recipes and in this bundle.
I love sharing like this and hearing stories like Ali's story about pregnancy and that just helps me dig in more because there's so much information. If we were just given that information, I might not find the information, but with the story and everyone sharing, it's just I would be more interested in going to the each books.
Yes. Now, I would love to ask Ali. So, is Ali frozen? I think Ali might be frozen again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear us, Ali?
Yeah, I can hear and see you, but I can't see myself.
Okay, so you're a bit frozen. I was wondering, how far along you're pregnant now? Are you?
I am 20 weeks today.
That's amazing. And are you eating a fully raw or high raw diet?
Very high raw. First trimester was quite a struggle. And as soon as second trimester hit and we got a Vitamix, because I was using the basic blender from the grocery store, I broke down and finally bought a Vitamix off of eBay. And as soon as I started making smoothies, I got my energy back and my sickness was gone away. And yeah, being able to make dressings and have salads again has been amazing.
But
That's
by the way, I was
inspiring.
like, go ahead, Sky.
Oh, I just wanted to say that's really inspiring. And I love that. And I know every woman's different, but that women who are raw are not scared to go back to cooked food when they need to when they're pregnant, whether it's to get more calories, whether there's certain foods that they need to get nutrition from. But I find high raw pregnancy is very inspiring and fascinating.
Mhm.
Sky,
You know,
I gotta run soon. So yeah, maybe I'll just say a little bit about my ebook before I go.
We would love that, Yin.
Yeah. So my ebook is called Raw Roots, Volume 1, the first 5 years. It's about how basically my journey as a raw vegan chef, how I accidentally discovered raw food, and then what I've been doing from 2014 to 2018. I initially wanted to write something about, from 2014 until now, except that I realized, like, after 200 pages, I was like, okay, I think I need to do a volume 2 for next year. So yeah, and it's quite easy to read because it's not too text heavy. I think nowadays a lot of us are so used to social media and we have very short attention spans. So there's a lot of pictures to describe things, but I do give some insights until, like, things like when I pitched to I wanted to do demos at a cooking studio, like a really nice cooking studio, which was near my house, like 7 minutes drive away. So I showed the actual email on how I pitched it to the organizer on how to do it. When I applied for the MIT Beyond Food Boot Camp, I also show, like, what is my application video, and then I also show how I did a fundraising campaign, which ended up in me writing my very first ebook, Raw Vegan Delights. So a lot of things that I haven't really talked about, I put it in as well. And I think it's just people who have read it have said that it's very inspiring and motivating. Whereas when I look back, I just go like, wow, I did so much stuff, I can't believe that I did so many demos, so many workshops, how I was so passionate about raw food then that I wanted to tell the entire world. I think all you guys would relate to that when you first start, right? And you get so much energy from eating raw food and you heal, like, because I suffered from eczema for 30 over years, and I tried all sorts of was trying to find all sorts of solutions and remedies, everything from Western skin specialists to traditional Chinese medicine to Ayurvedic medicine to DIY to putting papaya skin on my fingers and things like that. And nothing worked until I started this raw vegan lifestyle, and my eczema cleared up really, really, really fast. And I'm like, how come no one told me about this earlier? How come all the doctors that I went to never said a single thing about food? They're just like, oh, you grow out of it, or like, oh, you need to wear 3 different gloves. You need to wear a plastic glove, a cloth glove, and rubber glove when you do your household chores. No one told me about the part about the food, you see. So I think when I eliminated the dairy and the eggs and just started eating all these fresh fruits and all these hydrating veggies and all that, my skin just totally cleared up. And I know I think a lot in the raw food will talk about that as well. So that's my ebook.
That's awesome, Yin. So awesome.
It really is. When I went through your book, I couldn't believe all you'd done, which probably happened to you. Created it. I was like, you did this and this and this, and it's very inspiring. Like it's really inspiring. But also, I really relate to the how do doctors not know about this? You almost feel robbed when you discover it. You're like for me, most things just went, and I was like, everything I went through, and nobody told me this is what I had to do. I remember going. Which was hard. So thanks for joining us, Yin.
Yeah, thank you.
To buy the bundle from Yin, her links below.
Thanks, everyone. Great seeing all of you. Bye.
Yes, thank you,
Yin.
Yin.
Bye.
Thank you.
Oh.
Sweet.
Aw.
Wait, I don't know how to do it.
I think she's going. So yes, I would love Bella to tell us more about Ali to tell us more about her pregnancy and raw food. If you're happy.
You know, before she goes, I wanted to mention, did you know that Ali was the one who did the hair for Lisa's wedding?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
The hairstylist. Yeah.
yeah, Allie did my hair for my wedding at Woodstock Fruit Festival.
Wow.
Oh my God, I actually can picture that right now. It was really pretty.
Yeah, she's so amazing, and Nate and I were so appreciative, and it was just so fun to hang out with her at Woodstock, and yeah, it's just thank you, Allie.
Thank you. It was such an honor to be able to do that for you. When you asked me, I was like, "You want me to do your hair for your wedding? What?" I like cried tears. I was like, "I'm getting there. I am making it," and I figured it out, and it was great to be able to hang out with you guys afterwards too. It was amazing to be able to see a little bit longer and spend some time with a smaller group of us. And yeah, I never forget about that time. That was such an amazing time. And then I think, it was the road tripping there and road tripping back, like multiple different areas, was so much fun.
Aw.
But
oh my
yeah,
gosh, what a beautiful story. How did you guys know each other? How did you know each other?
well, we're both Canadian, and I don't know exactly how we met, but it would have been the internet. And we did meet for the first time in person at the Canada Fruit Festival. But Lisa, do you remember maybe how we got to talking and becoming friends online?
It's so funny because I feel like I've known you my whole entire life, and I don't
Mhm.
even remember how we got. We've just been friends forever, and that's how it is.
Yeah, we're spirit sisters, and yeah, she's the older sister I never got.
Oh,
Sweet.
that's so beautiful. And how long have you been raw, Ali?
How long have I been what? Raw?
A raw vegan.
Raw. Okay, so I've been high raw, but I did start my journey in 2014. So I believe that's 12 years. I did my math wrong on one of the interviews the other day. I was thinking like 16 years, but pregnancy brain, I can't do it all as quick as I used to. So yeah, it's been about 12 years. Very high raw. I went all raw for an entire year when I lived by myself, had a little trailer I was renting from some friends. I completely detached my stove from the power bar or not the power bar, the panel, the one that you can flick the switch and then it just takes the power off from it.
Yeah.
I saved so much money from doing that. It was crazy because the only thing it was using was power for the clock, and that was the most expensive clock ever. Once I turned that off, I was like, oh my gosh, I could go and buy more fruit because I'm not paying extra for the electricity for this thing.
There you go, people listening. That's, you can save money by being raw and the environment.
Yeah. So high raw most of the time. And like you were saying, Sky, with the women that are all raw or very high raw during their pregnancies, it's so inspiring. Like I've been we had a loss 2 years ago, and I actually fell off pretty hard, but I always came back to my raw roots, and it didn't take long, honestly. It was a struggle, and I felt pretty alone. But afterwards, I came back out and was like, hey, Lissa helped me mentally, and some other people in the community, and I just kept up afterwards, learning and studying about like getting more nutrients and being more prepared. And I decided that this time around I was going to be as high raw, if not all raw, as possible. And the first trimester was pretty hard, not a lot of good fruits and that kind of stuff. And I do struggle with textures and taste sometimes. But I surrendered to allowing my body to fast sometimes, because we got this really amazing water machine which hydrates us at a deeper cellular level, just like the Raw Living Foods does. And then if my body craved noodles and I didn't have zucchinis or cucumbers to spiralize, and my blender is not good enough at the time to make a sauce, then I had that, but it's all whole foods, plant-based. And yeah, I'm really excited for nice cream for the summertime, and the local melons, and then all the other local produce, and we're going to try and grow a lot too. So I'm really excited to get more energy and to be way more hydrated this time around.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And I think also I love that you shared that. I love that you shared it and were able to share it. Not that it happened to you, that you went through a hard time. Mm-hmm. And I also find is we tend to approach hard times as in, what have I done wrong, is instead of what can I learn, how can I grow. And that doesn't take away that when we go through a tragedy, we're not supposed to feel grief and loss and go through emotions. But 5 years later, you don't want to be sitting in a spot where we don't move forward. And I think a lot of people who get onto raw foods feel like they've done it wrong if something in their life goes wrong. Whereas what I've learned is I'm more equipped to deal with the lessons that life has. Like the whole point of life is lessons, right? It's not to go, now I've done it wrong, now I've done it wrong. Then essentially you're going to see your life wrong, because God's source, universe, your higher self wants you to learn. So I'm so happy that you had the support and you had the courage and you got through, and look at you now.
Yes, definitely. And I didn't beat myself up about it. I just knew that it was part of my journey, and I didn't share any of it because I wasn't very comfortable at the time. I was having a really hard time, and I just didn't want any judgment or opinions. And I'm still very shy about sharing it right now, honestly, because we're going to be going about it a lot differently than the traditional way. So I only share it with people I'm very comfortable with. I know that trust us and our bodies and God and all of that. And yeah, so I don't share too much about it, but I do share the power of raw living foods and hydration and all of that goodness. So yeah, I was just like uncomfortable what I was going through. And then afterwards, once I felt, I was back on track, then I was able to really share again.
Well, thank you for sharing today. I'm sure you've helped many people who get to hear this. And yeah, thank you. Does anyone have anything they want to say, Ali?
I'm just so grateful, Ali, that you were able to make something for this bundle and that you put all your energy into it. And it's a beautiful thing. And thank you so much for joining. I'm like chewing on my carrot cake, but
oh, it sounds so good. Ali. I can't wait to make that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it sounds so
Everybody
good.
wants to make it. It's Chef AJ. So Chef AJ, because Chef AJ knows we're raw and we're really good friends. Nate and I go over to her house when we can get to California. We'll go over to her house and we'll stay with her. We'll do like escape rooms, and I do improv classes with her. And she's just such a sweet woman. I love her so much. And anytime we hang out with her, because she's not raw, obviously, she will always say like like, what can I bring that's raw? And she'll always try to think of things that she can bring. So one time when we did I believe it was when we went to the Camp Weiser, it was the cancer camp that we went to in California, where she was allowed to bring, I think it was 4 family members or friends to support her. Like, she got this cancer camp for fun, for free. And it was like, they did like face painting and massages, and they had food there. And all kinds of stuff, speakers and fun games for the kids. Like, it was meant to be like a camp, like a kids camp, basically, but for adults with cancer, because kids with cancer usually get like a whole bunch of like cool things that they can do, but adults usually don't have very much. So Camp Weiser is this camp. It's called the Me1 Foundation, and they will sponsor usually around 30 to 50 different people with cancer. And then those people are allowed to bring up to 5 family members. And so Chef AJ asked Nate and I if we would be family members for her, support there. So we were so honored that she asked us to go with her, and we had such a blast. But that's where we had the carrot cake for the first time, because she wanted to make everybody stuff. She made us raw granola. Like, she went out of her way to make raw stuff for us, and she made this carrot cake, and we were just like mind blown with how awesome it was. So I was like, hey, you want to add that to the Make It Raw 5 for the raw bundle? And she came through and gave it to us to share with everybody. So yeah, you guys got to buy the bundle so you can make her carrot cake, especially for Mother's Day. I mean, even if you just make it for yourself, right?
Yes, I'm so excited because that's my mother-in-law's favorite cake is carrot cake. And I've made it for my birthday before with my friends that we used to do like monthly raw parties. I miss doing that. I used to do that before, and it was so much fun. I would get everybody to bring ingredients, and if there was anything I had to prep ahead of time, like marinated mushrooms, they love the marinated mushrooms, especially the enoki ones. So that was really fun, making raw rolls and like making raw cakes and all these fun stuff. But yeah, I wanted to thank Lisa so much, because if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be in the bundle. And I've been doing this. I'm giving you a heart too. I'm trying to figure out this camera, and it's not working. So I'm still here. But yeah, and I don't remember when I started, if it was at the end of my first trimester or at the beginning of my second trimester. But yeah, my brain has been not fully there, and trying to do everything all on my phone has been a challenge, but it's been fun, and we got it finished, and we got it together in time, and I just feel so honored and thankful and grateful to be here with all of you and to be in this bundle, and I can't wait to make more recipes for the future.
Yay! Love it. Love you.
Love you.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Raw foods is beautiful, and I'm so glad it's led you to this pregnancy and to make the ebook, and it's led that story about Chef AJ. You're right, is people who are at any age that aren't children don't get camps like that. So what was the foundation called again? Sorry, I know you got a mouthful there.
That's okay. It's called the Me1 Foundation. And the reason they call it Me1 is because the premise is, when you're keeping score and you're like, so-and-so 1, so-and-so 0 or whatever, it's like cancer 0, me 1. So that's how they came up with that one. And they've been doing it for, I don't even know, like 20 years or something like that. And every year they sponsor people to come and do this cancer camp, and it's really cool. Like, they take us on hikes. It's all volunteer based, 100% volunteer based. So you can volunteer and go. I think Chef AJ is going to volunteer there this year. And even our improv teacher volunteered to do improv classes at the camp, and that was really fun. It was just for a weekend, but for a lot of people that was like such a relief, and also to connect with other people as well. But the one thing that was really sad about being there was, especially our group, because there was a couple other vegans who were there, and they brought a lot of their own food as well, but it was just really sad to see how disconnected the average person is who has cancer, who is at these events. And like, so what they did was, the night before, or on the first night, there was like this big kind of like a ceremony where every person came up and told their story, and then their family came up with them, and then they wrote these things in the scroll and they threw it in the fire to burn it. You know, it was really ceremonial. But after that, they had an ice cream party, and it was just dairy ice cream. And the majority of people who were there at the time that we went, most of them had breast cancer. And as we know, dairy is really highly linked with breast cancer. And it was just, you know, it's kind of disconnecting to think, like, it's really sad to see that dairy is being promoted at a cancer camp, but, you know, these people don't really know, or they don't want to, or they're just there for having fun. But at the same time, it's like, you know, it was an interesting experience for sure.
Lisa made a video of
I did.
that. Yeah, and that was beautiful. And I mean, people are so amazing, and it's for like caretaker for the cancer. You know, that helps as well to get out and connect. You do always such a great job. Beautiful video. You know, you make a beautiful video, Lisa, and I highly recommend anyone watching her.
I will
I
put
think I
the
saw it. Yeah, I
link in
think
the
I saw it as well. I sometimes get sent Lisa's videos, and I'm like, "Oh, Lisa!" And I think I remember seeing, because you and I remember going, "That's so cute." You and Chef AJ were in a bed chatting away, and I was like, "Oh, they just see." I didn't realize though that it was that was the camp.
Yeah, so I dropped in the chat the cancer camp video, so you can share that as well. And then we also went to Rancho La Puerta with Chef AJ in March, and that is where we got our cat. So I have that video here too. I'll put it in the chat so you guys can watch that as well. But that's how we got our cat, was at Rancho La Puerta in Mexico. Chef AJ would always go to Rancho and do like vegan cooking classes. And so she asked Nate and I to go and be her sous chefs. And that was so much fun. We had a blast helping her out in the kitchen for like 3 of the days. And while we were there, we fell in love with one of the cats it's just a stray cat that lives on the farm. And she was all into us, and she totally adopted us. So Chef AJ's like, "You should bring her home." So we actually did end up bringing her home. We had to buy a different plane ticket for her. We had to take her to the vet inside Tecate to get her kitty passport and all this stuff. But we brought a cat home from Mexico.
Oh, I love that. So such an adventure. See, life takes us on such adventures. Just back to that disconnect, that's a really hard place to sit in. I don't know whether it ever gets any easier. I feel like when I first went raw, it was really confronting. But my situation, I had been very isolated for a long period. So I was trying to also re-socialize. Just sitting in a space where most of what I was listening to in conversations at a table while people were eating lamb, ice cream, chocolate cake was, "Oh, have you seen that new doctor? Have you got that new skin product? Have you tried lasering that off you? It's like, and then you realize, like, as they're eating, what's coming out the words is not the real reality that I felt I'd now discovered, where the foundation for me was raw food, like sunlight, movement, doing all of that. Of course, if you need extra help on top of that, that's when it's there. But that wasn't, I think, the conversation. This is the conversation we're all having on like to each other. It resonates with me much more than sitting in that space. But it would be hard, especially when someone's that sick.
Yeah, it was really hard to see. And even at Rancho, like, as progressive as they were, there was still, they still had animal products and stuff. And it's just interesting to be a raw vegan in a non-raw vegan world, let alone a vegan in a non-vegan world. It's really interesting to see. And yeah, when you say that disconnect, like, there's times like my heart hurts for people and the animals. And being an empath, I feel like most of us are empathic, because that's why we choose vegan, because we can feel it all so deeply. And it's just interesting to look out at the world, and it's like, how can you guys not see it? But that, in the same breath, I didn't see it before either. So
yeah,
I just wonder if it helped, if it's gonna change over time, because the food pyramid in the States, they're now putting the vegetable on top, right? The base of I don't know if that helps. But that's another thing here in Japan, like raw food here in Japan. A lot of people, I mean, there was a green smoothie movement around 2008 here. Like people in Tokyo, they probably have heard of green smoothies, and there are some raw vegan, raw food enthusiasts here in Japan, but almost none of them are vegan. It's very strange to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I felt like I had to, I guess that was discovering, because I thought when people saw like a lifetime of absolute severe chronic illness is just gone, that everybody, like somebody was saying earlier, you like literally feel like you can see I'm now glowing, and I was the person who is now not on any medication, and even when you show up to people, they're still on medication, and you'd think people would go, "Oh, this is the way," but that was a hard pill to swallow, hard veggie to swallow, like seeing all of that. But I don't want my energy or vibration or what I do to change. So I never focus as much on trying to change the world as I do in just showing up as the best version of myself, because and you guys are probably the same, is the changes I make in the world are never when I wake up and go, right, I'm going to make a video today where everyone's going vegan and I'm going to change the world. But it's people message me and go, I saw this video of you from 3 weeks ago and you were talking about how, it'll be something I said that resonates with the right person at the right time. And when I get those messages, no money in the world could replace that feeling that you can make a change at someone's soul level. And it's, as I said, it's never and I don't make those type of videos anyway. So I've learned for me and for this world, and even to stay at the vibe I need to vibe at. If I think about the whole world, my soul can crush very quickly. So I try just work on myself, like that self-love. And then when my self-love overflows, the cup overflows, then everybody else gets some of that love. And then sometimes if I get a bit drained, I have to pull back, because I can't, if I give from an empty cup, everyone's just getting emptiness. And I want like the vibes to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I approach it, because it is. And just being with Tony in Phuket, it was hard when you're in it. I get why she can get triggered more than most, because she sees it every single day. She's saving dogs. She's connected to people at animal rescue farms. She's not just like doing it. She's like the one that everyone goes to. To me, that's it. She's incredibly grounded. I only saw it for a moment, and it gets very, very hard, right?
Yeah.
I see that too with like dog rescues or people that are super passionate, and I'm not going to mention who, but there's people very close to us that are very passionate about, dogs. And it's like, you are acting like a vegan, but you're only caring about dogs and rescuing them and getting them out of shelters and getting them out of kill stuff. But like, why aren't they putting 2 and 2 together, that they're also living, breathing beings that don't want to be hurt, just like cows and pigs and chickens and all of them? And it's so sad to see that, like, they're, they'll post about it and they'll share it, but it's just dogs. When we see the correlation between, yes, dogs need help, but so do the other animals too. I think maybe, is it like just easier to save the dogs than it is to save like the cows and the chickens and the pigs and all of that, because they make it harder for us to, I don't know, to enter those spaces.
Yeah, actually, that girl Zoe, she was convicted of felonies just for breaking in and saving 4 chickens. And she went to jail. I think she went to jail for about 30 days when she was risking, like, I think it was up to 15 years in prison for just for saving 4 chickens. And
Wow.
so they make it really hard for anyone to really actually do any good when it comes to like the big factory farms and stuff. And when we were in Edmonton, there was the farm sanctuary, and they would find like there was like a goat farm or something, and there was like this little goat that was just thrown on the side of the road because they weren't viable or profitable or anything. So like they found it, and it was at the farm, but it's so hard to get in there to help the animals that are actually in there. And then there's those movies like Pignorant that Joey Carbstrong did. That one was like really hard to watch, but he got right in there. So yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, especially when like that one's really hard, but there's posts about saving the dogs from these places that are like, I don't know, it's so hard. And you're right, Sky, it's hard to think about it all the time because your heart just hurts and you question why, and you go back to that first year of going vegan, and it's just like, why don't people put it together? And yeah.
It's a
I feel like
go Kiko.
Oh yeah. No, I just, I've been vegan for such a long period of time, and I've learned that, I have been an activist as well. And what I noticed is that when we show what's going on behind the, avatar, like, what is that, with the anonymous, right? You put the mask and you show the earthlings. And what I've learned, I mean, those are very important activities, and some people need to see that. But I feel like those reach out to vegans than non-vegans. Non-vegans just doesn't want to see. And I feel like when they see that image, they associate with vegans. So we become the violent one. You know what I mean. So now instead of going to the activist work, volunteer, I just show the example that I'm always, people know me that I'm happy, I'm energetic, I'm doing so many things, I'm always happy. And they would then more curious to try, like, what is she doing? And
Yep.
they would eat, they might not become vegan, but they would be more interested, and they would definitely eat more fruits and vegetables around me.
Well said. Very well said. I always think about when I studied psychology, how much a brain can tolerate is really how our psyche works, and what we're actually asking someone to confront is the fact that for 40, 50, 60, the longer you go, the longer it is. If you see one animal die in one of those videos and you try and comprehend that you've killed multiple every day for 40 years, the human brain cuts out. It's designed, or it's been programmed, or we've grown up to distract. It cannot comprehend. So it usually, and then sometimes if you come from anger, I find a lot of people don't stay in veganism because they take on the anger, and anger is pain. Pain to the brain means we have to get out of that situation. The subconscious's job is to stop it. So it's one of those things where all round is love, happiness, joy that comes from the lifestyle being shared. I feel it's right on my path to share with the world, and hope I create change. Yeah, cognitive dissonance. Well said. So,
by the way, I'm sorry. I'm making the.
Okay, let's bring you up, Kiko.
The cloud cupcake. And don't. I want to see everyone.
Oh.
You would not be proud because
you're hiding it.
Yeah, I mean, Lisa, it's very it tastes very good. This is the base, and you would not be proud, but it's very it's like a cream, but it tastes so good. Oh, don't put me. I'm not proud of myself.
It's easier to see. No.
I know, but how many cupcakes? Because my cupcakes, maybe it's much smaller than yours. How many of them can you make with this recipe? Oh, it's around the same.
Yeah, we have the same. So it should make about 12 or 13. It depends on how much crust you put in each one. So what we do is usually we'll do 12 because there's 2 of us, so we don't like to have an extra one laying around. But we'll do 12, and then we'll just using our eyes, just portion out 12 of the batter. So whatever ends up being in there is what's in there. And then you just press it up the sides and it's going to be really soft. Like this crust is really soft because it's mostly dates. So that's why we want to put them in the freezer. So once you make the crust, like make a really nice little nest for the cream. And then once you put all the cream in, then put those in the freezer. After about an hour or two, usually about 2 hours, you can actually pop them out. I can't pop it out of this one because it's already thawed. So, but when they're frozen, you can actually pop them out super easy. So what we do is after about 2 hours, we pop all the silicone off all of them. So we don't have to deal with that later. And then we just wash all the silicones. And then we put them back in the freezer after we've taken them out of the silicone. And then anytime we want a cloud cupcake, we just take it out of the freezer and it takes about, I don't know, maybe an hour to thaw on the counter. And then they're good to go. They're so good.
So you put it in the deep freezer twice?
Yes. So the first time you put it in, you wait until it's frozen enough to take the silicones off. And then once you've taken all the silicones off, then you just put it back in the freezer until you're ready to eat them.
They are so good. Just the base is so good. I mean, it's mine is not the consistency it's supposed to be. Next time I'll make sure I do it in the right way. But oh my God, this is so good. There's one ingredient I would have never thought about putting, and then that you would have to find out from the bundle. It's so good. I can taste it.
Wow.
I find that dates when they're frozen have this gummy like consistency. Like back in Canada, there's these candies called wine gums,
Yes.
and they have that same kind of consistency. Same with the banana cinnamon rolls. When you make those and you dehydrate them a little bit longer so they're not still super moist, and you put those in the freezer after, they have that wine gum candy consistency, and I just love that. So yeah, dates and bananas, like a little bit dehydrated and added to the freezer, has that fun consistency texture to them.
I've
So
never
good.
had. Has anybody eaten just frozen dates? Do you eat them just frozen? I've never had them just frozen. Is this a thing?
Yeah, I've heard some people, I've read on some pages on Facebook or some groups that people do that. It's a different consistency. Of course, you'd probably want more of a juicy date like the medjool date, and you would want to pit them and make sure they don't have any, yuckies inside of them before you do that. And a lot of people have been doing those Snickers with the raw Snickers where they take like almond or peanut butter if they could make a raw peanut butter. I actually have that in one of my recipes is doing that, the raw peanuts where you sprout them and then you can re-dehydrate them and make your own raw peanut butter from it. And it's amazing. Oh my gosh. Once I started doing that, I was like, Lisa, oh my gosh, you have to sprout these. You find your raw peanuts and sprout them. And so you can use a raw nut butter, put it inside the dates. And then some people do the chocolate. I'm sure you could do like a raw cacao sauce of some sort. And then you dip the nut butter filled dates with the chocolate, put them on a tray, put them in the freezer, and then you've got this tiny little candy bar. So it mimics like Halloween candies, and I've done that for Halloween before. The family loves them.
Yum. That sounded so good. I've done something very similar.
Last year's bundle, Sky, I remember you had
Yeah.
Kuraga. Yeah.
I don't know whether I called it that, but I always call things after what's going viral. And people were laying out on a tray fruit, like berries or grapes, and I chose to do raspberries. And then they would cover it in chocolate and freeze it. But because it's raw, what I did, this was in the group collab book. See, this is why you got to get the collab book. So you get cloud cupcakes, otherwise they're gone. I would then do raspberries. I would then do like a layer of nut butter drizzled over it. And then it would be like cacao mixed with almonds or something. And then, no, maybe it was just cacao mixed with almonds. I can't remember now. See, it's gone. And then you freeze it and you create like that bark. And that was really good. I ended up doing that on like the second last day or last day. And I'm like, oh, I should have done this earlier. This is so good.
Oh my gosh. When you mentioned the peanuts, John Kohler came over to our house for his birthday just maybe a week ago or so. And we made him the chick nuggets and the barbecue sauce and that honey mustard that you made, Sky. And he was over the moon because he doesn't usually make recipes like that. So he always finds it a treat to come to our house because we always make him the stuff. But he brought us, there's a company called Gut Nuts. And they actually ferment raw, like actually raw peanuts. So they're fermented and raw, and you can get them on Amazon. It's called Gut Nuts.
Interesting.
And how does it taste?
What?
How does it taste?
They're kind of, they taste fermented. So they're kind of like a mix between sauerkraut and peanuts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're really
Wow.
good.
Oh, I can see that. Fermented sourdough almonds, I can see.
Yeah, they have other fermented nuts as well, but he brought us the peanuts and he was like, you guys got to try this. And I was like, these would be perfect in a dressing where you want like a Thai dressing because it's got that umami fermented with the, Kiko put them in the Philosopher Foods. Yeah, that's the company. They make Gut Nuts.
I actually did that, the Thai dressing. Traditionally, Thais don't use peanuts for a sauce, I found out. They just put the peanuts on top. So it's been, I don't know if it's Americanized or whatever. It's just, as it's been away, people have been adding the peanuts to it to make it more creamy. But I made, I guess you would call it a pad Thai sauce with the sprouted peanut butter that I made because I had so much of it. And I'm not a huge fan of the taste of peanuts and having them, but that is one of the ways that I'll do it. Put in some apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, maybe some rice wine vinegar, garlic powder, onion powder, nutritional yeast, and something salty, whether it's like Celtic sea salt or I use Bragg's liquid aminos, and then just a little bit of water. And yeah, I like to add a bit more vinegar so it's kind of vinegary, and then the garlic and onion powder. Oh, it's so good. I make that when I do make the peanuts because that sauce is amazing for rolls, for salad rolls, and all of that fun stuff.
Endless deliciousness.
There is. It definitely is. And that's why I feel like I come away from the bundle with all these new techniques just from making other people's recipes every year.
By the way, we had a women's health podcast last night. Well, last night for my time. I feel like I've been doing lymphatic massage, and I was so addicted to it. I felt so good, and I just kept doing, and then did the bit of a massage, and I feel like my face feel like it's a bit. Don't you feel?
It does. It definitely makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sky was mentioning that that I didn't do too much, but I feel like my eyebrow went up.
Kendall Jenner did it live. Kendall Jenner did it live on television. She's like, I just get my gua sha and I just grab coconut oil. I do it every day. But the thing that blew me away was her eyebrow. She literally was like a Vogue video. She just gets her eyebrow and her eyebrow was stuck up here. Like I guess it depends on the level of inflammation, but I should get back to it because I really did notice a huge difference when I was like, every morning I got up, took my curls out, did my gua sha. See, you know what I did? I would do the red light machine. Ali, I think you sent me one as well, didn't you?
I did, yeah. It was the same one, and it is the same, about the same price, $60 on Costco, at Costco. I had to check it. I checked it right away, and I added it to one of the comments, but I figured I'd send it to you so you could put it in.
I will add it. So again,
Telabulb or something like that.
You can get any brand. Like if I just type on Amazon, I think they're kind of no name. I think the one that I got is like, it's on my Amazon storefront, but I often just type on and look for the cheapest.
I think Chris was saying that he used it on his knee where he was injured for his accident, and that's supposed to help.
Yeah. Use it anywhere. anywhere you're called to. Actually, I did a video. I remember this now. So my friend Heidi and Kirk, they're like, "What are you doing? Like, what is this? Basically, what do you think you're doing?" I'm like, "Watch." And I just started using it, and I got the red light and did all of one side and sent the video, and you could see the difference for sure. Like you really can see the difference. And if you do that every day, it changes the shape of your face.
Mm-hmm.
We had a thought about the red light therapy and how back in the days when we weren't in, big cities and we lived in, where we had fires and stuff like that. Like it's mimicking having a fire because the colors from the fire are typically red, yellow, and orange. And when you sit by a fire, like Lissa, you guys go camping lots, you just feel so different. And you could just sit there for hours, like staring at the fire and absorbing this crazy energy from it. But not everybody can have a fire nowadays. So the red light therapy seems to be almost like mimicking that kind of color from nature.
That's a cool theory. I like that.
There's so much we're disconnected from that I found. Like, so when I go through periods where I need to do healing and I do more greens, I actually get depressed when I don't have color in my bowl. And I think, how on earth did I even survive back in like when I hardly ever? And you wonder why people add a little bit of color to their plate. They might have this like creamy sauce, but they need to put something green on it or beige, and they need to put something red on it. A huge joy in my life is the more colors in a bowl make me happier. Like a big salad with multiple colors, like the salad that saved my life recipe in my ebook, color brings me a level of joy that I need in my life.
So true. Nate posted in my Instagram live, and he said he was just saying it like literally just recently. After the bundle, we need to go out to the desert just to light a fire and sit around. And he did say that. He was like, we don't even have to camp. Like, let's just go out, light a fire, sit around the fire and chill, and like, yeah, that's like so nice to do something like that. And with the color thing, it's really cool because like, when we went to Mexico, Nate and I went to Mexico in 2018 just for, I was photographing a wedding, and we would get these like plates of so colorful food, and everyone around us it was 50 shades of beige. Like they just had plain beige stuff. And people would walk by our table and they would do a double take and they'd be like, "Where did you get that?" And we're like, "Just at the buffet." Like we didn't go anywhere special for it, but it's just like the choice to put all that color on your plate, and people are attracted to it. But it's like, they have a choice too, and they unfortunately choose the other. But yeah. It's
one thing I was going to say about the fire. I remember learning in psychology that women have hundreds of thousands I'm pretty sure, maybe it's tens of thousands more words that they say in a day than men. And when men come home from work, and women are like, they process their day by conversation, like that emotional chatter, like to, bounce off their partner, and their partner may be staring off at a computer screen or staring off at a television screen. And they believe evolutionary. Men used to go hunting during the day, and when they came back, women would usually prepare food or sit, talk, and debrief in the tribe, and men would fire stare. And quite often, if you ask a man what he's watching or what are you doing on your computer after they've finished their day's work, when they want to unwind, they won't actually know, because they're just wanting the flicker that we've evolved to process a day on. So
interesting.
Yeah. I'm going to be 2 seconds, guys. Ali's going to take over for a minute.
The one without the camera.
2 seconds.
Yeah, so on what Sky was saying there about, us needing to, like, we like to do our talking and stuff. When my man comes home from work, I try not to blab his face off. I just say, "I'm so happy to see you. I'm glad you're home." And, I know he usually has like his routine of getting his boots off. Sometimes he changes and goes to the shower, depending on the kind of day he had. Sometimes he'll be ready to have food right away. So, because he still eats mostly cooked, I'll have it just like on a low temperature to keep it warm for him. But yeah, doing these has been super helpful because I'm just like, hey, I gotta call. I'll see you in a bit. And he's like super excited that I'm connecting with people, and this is amazing. I loved your guys's video last night. Wish I could have entered it because I was a hairdresser back in Canada before moving to the States, and I would have been able to share a little bit about hair and what I studied compared to like working in a salon with all the chemicals and stuff, and how I just was like really sensitive to it. And I would bring my raw foods, and I started bringing more and more because I'd share it with my coworkers, and they started loving it so much. But the comparison of the chemicals and the shampoos and stuff like that to researching natural ways of growing hair and protecting the hair and all of that, I was like, oh, I really wish I could have shared that last night. But
We have
yeah,
to do this in the
We'll have to
future.
do another
We'll
one.
have to do it again.
Yeah,
We'll have to do another one because I forgot some things.
I forgot some things. I forgot some things too.
Oh my god!
No way.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe
I'm
we can do
ridiculous.
the second one, maybe, because I know I put a good topic in the chat today, but maybe we push that back and do a follow-up on
Yes.
on that beauty one, and you can come, Ali, to the podcast.
That would be
And
awesome.
next
Hopefully
time we
my
do
camera
this,
works
That'll
then.
be fun.
yeah, it will be like this. Like I don't do anything, so I think it would show more on my face. Like today, just going through that lymphatic massage that you guys told me. I mean, it was so good because this is a very intense time with the bundle. We work so much behind the scene, right? And I was like, wow, I usually don't feel any shoulder stiffness, but I've been feeling so much, and I was like, wow, this feels so good. And seeing Maravera doing that little machine, that's so nice. And your face just changed so much. It's more bright and shiny.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I was also thinking,
Felt
Kiko,
so
you can have
nice. Like it just, my endorphins kicked in.
Oh, Kiko,
Oh.
you just do this beautiful advertisement for it. Then you're like, and I love it, and it makes me feel good, and
I
love
know.
how
I'm
you
like,
doing the
where's
bundle.
mine? I need to do it right now.
Yeah, I was looking at the hairbrush that Lisa was talking about, because when so I was mentioning about the hair that's like sticking sometime, and one of the reason could be because your head is hard. So I do massage with my hair, my fingers. But Lisa's, you do a very good research on your beauty product for sure. I mean, not just for food, but yeah, they're well received here in Japan. They have a very good high rating in Japan as well. So that could be very interesting to
I
invest.
just got the strangest image. I've got this image of like next time Kiko's on, she's got the mask, she's got a hair like this. she's got nothing to
Yes.
literally do the robot.
And then
Natural
be like, "What is this thing?"
We could all do a 30-day gua sha challenge where we all commit
Yeah.
to 15
Yes.
minutes a day, and then we come on to do the part 2 after 30 days and talk about how.
Oh my god,
Ooh.
that's so
That
would
Oh,
be
I love
awesome.
that.
Once the
Yeah.
bundle, we can set
Yeah.
that challenge up to get started, because then it will be a 30-day period, and we can all come in like.
Yeah. We'll all be
do it.
snatched.
All
Faceless.
Our favorite face mask.
Yes.
Yes.
It really,
Everyone-
yeah. We should take
You
video.
all-
I would suggest taking a video when you the first day you do it. I swear I noticed so much. Well, no, we're going to do a comparison video, but like do half your face and then have a look at how different you actually look and how building up over time.
Everyone
Mhm.
has the gua sha?
Mm-hmm.
I want
Actually-
that one. I want that one. Sky, what's your Amazon store?
I would drop it here.
Okay. Because I want that space one that you have.
Yeah. Have a look. I did some research on it. I'm trying to work out what it's made from. Let me have a look now.
Is
It's,
it medical grade steel? Do you think?
No,
Or something like that?
It's much more expensive. Let me see. What is the gua sha made out of that
Metal.
is made from spaceship material? See what I get. See what comes
Titanium.
up. And maybe, but
But
it's
aside
Guasha
from not
is
breaking,
spaceship grade material. Oh, it says it's stainless steel. It
is
says it's
steel,
made.
yep.
So 304 stainless steel. And when the girls get it near ice, it literally just cuts through ice like instantly. And the frequency is supposed to be, it says because it's hygiene, it's non-porous, so it doesn't harbor bacteria. Durability, that was my biggest thing because they break or drop. How many I went through. They're not very expensive, the rose quartz or the jade ones, but man, they broke so much. It's cold, so it does stay very cold no matter even. I never kept it in the fridge.
That's super
Sustainability, it's
beneficial.
yeah, and then there's popular brands, but yeah, I just got mine off Amazon. You're right, so it is stainless steel. Here's me. I'm like, it's made from stuff in spaceship.
but
Which
you
is
can
essentially-
warm it. You can warm it up before using it, right? If it's stainless steel, you can boil
Yeah.
it and
If it's too cold for you, but it's very beneficial to keep it cold.
Yes.
So instead of using like an ice on your face or doing the ice water, it's really good to have it cold. Just like if with the rollers, I think who was it? Doce, she had the roller as well. I actually took a class on massage for gua sha, so I know how to do the whole entire body.
oh wow.
Yeah, I was in the beauty industry, so I was like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know about this party that was happening last night." So I would have loved to have been able to share, but yeah,
Oh my
so
God.
there's
Even
you can use
during the
so many
winter,
different things.
even
Yeah,
during the winter time, it's better to do it cold.
anytime. Like usually first thing in the morning because your face is pretty puffy from nighttime, depending, like, we're mostly raw, so if we don't have high salt and go to bed with enough time to digest, then it shouldn't be, as puffy, but it just helps relax the muscles and the skin and wakes you up for the day, which is really good. Some people tend to do better with it at nighttime, but it's kind of like a calming, relaxing, like Lisa was saying with the time on yourself. It's like a massage, so it's really good, and it will warm up in your hand. It should be able to do that. And then I wanted to say something about the hair thing that you had with the red light last night, Lisa, that you put the oil in. That is really good. I've seen those, and I've seen women's hair grow like pretty good with having that. So Kiko, I think I had made it in the comments, but I'm not sure if you saw it. So those little hairs that stand up, those are probably baby hairs in the growth stage. And I've researched a lot that a lot of the Asian cultures actually use a lot of black sesame seeds. And you make like a paste out of it and you eat like a tablespoon or so of it every day. And it actually helps keep the grays away. So people can have grays and then they start eating the black sesame seeds, and it really helps like actually reverse graying. It's amazing.
I heard of it, but coming from you, I'm gonna try it. So 1 tablespoon a day?
I believe that's what it is. I haven't tried it because I haven't really seen too many grays, but I see that. And then pumpkin seeds have this growth in them. There's some ladies that are they like study the scalp and hair, and they suggest usually it's pumpkin seed oil, but if you add pumpkin seeds daily to either your smoothies or your salads or your salad dressings, pumpkin seeds help with growth as well. So I've been trying to do that because I'm growing my hair back out. It used to be really long, and I cut it off and then let it grow and then cut it off again, and now I'm back to the growth stage.
Great.
How
How
I
much
think pumpkin seed really
seeds?
helps with hair growth. Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
No, how much do you supposed to eat a day?
Well, if we're keeping, your fats low, like below 10%, then you would want to put that in your chronometer or whichever app you use and weigh it out. But typically it's no more than 1 to 2 tablespoons of any nuts or seeds a day for us. Unless you're more active and you're able to eat more calories, then I think you can have a little bit more. fats and it kind of levels out. You know more about that, Lissa, with that part.
Right. Yeah. Like if you are eating, for example, if you're eating 1,200 calories a day, which none of us are doing that because that's way under eating. But if you're eating 1,200 calories, 10% is only 120 calories, which is roughly around like, I don't even know, like 13, 14 grams of fat a day. And 1 tablespoon of tahini is 9. So it adds up fast. But if you're eating 2,400 calories a day, like for example, like I am, then 10% is 240 calories from fat, which is more like 26 to 27 grams of fat. So the more calories that you eat, the more fat you can while still staying in that 10% range. So, you know, that's exactly true. The more active you are, the more food in general you're eating. So then, you know, the more fats you are, the more protein, the more fiber, the more everything. So it does work that way if you are eating enough.
And I tend to eat more seeds than I do nuts. So I aim to have at least around 2 tablespoons a day. Sometimes, you know, you have the tahini in some of the salad dressings, but Lissa's dressings, they last me like 3, sometimes 4 days, and there's maybe 2 tablespoons total. So then I can add another tablespoon of pumpkin seeds, and then or 2, depending on what I have that day. Sometimes I'll have flax seeds, like, you know, some of the wraps have some chia seeds or flax seeds in it, but it's not a lot because it makes like 4 meals. So again, yeah, just keep that in mind when you're doing that. But I always have at least a tablespoon of the flax seeds, and I haven't found the black sesame seeds yet. Even though we were just at a world market, I should have been looking for them because I would rather, it's fresher and better because the oils won't go rancid if you make it yourself. If you can find raw black sesame seeds and then make it yourself.
Terrasol has a really good black sesame seed that we do on Amazon. Black sesame from Terrasol. I will get the link for that. This is the one that we use. And it's really, really good. But I'll get it when I find it here.
That's a good brand. They're organic too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading things here as we're going on.
I think we're all reading things too. We're like, this is all fascinating.
So I tell you what was fascinating. So when I first went raw, I had been paleo, but then I went vegan, and yes, I had organs that were failing, and I went whole foods. But when I went raw, at that point, I had lost most of my hair, but any hair that was there was this horrible mousy brown color and had gray through it. And not fully gray, but there was gray through it, which was really distressing when like I started growing gray because I had been sick my whole life. And I'm like, what, now I get to get old? Like this is before I went raw. I was like, it was really traumatizing. I'm like, I missed like my youth type thing. And I went raw, and very, very quickly, not only did the gray disappear, but it went blonde. Like, and my blonde lightener is there as well. I was adding lemon to my hair, but even when I wasn't, it still was going. I was outdoors a lot too. It went so much lighter. And then I saw some doctors talking on how copper plays a huge role. All minerals play a huge role, but you can actually reverse gray if you can get the nutrients to the hair follicle and you haven't gone over 30% gray. They said it's very difficult when you get over a 30% gray mark. But if somebody's like not able to get it to the ends of their hair, so not saying that I don't have any, but to reverse the mess that was on my head was not only important, I guess, health-wise, but just important mentally for me to have a few more years where I wasn't, I felt like I didn't have like just instantly age. Like it literally for me, it happened instantly. Like it was like I looked at my hair and they were everywhere. And now it feels like it aging gracefully, where it's fine, they're coming up, but it's not like I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I can't control this. Like it's happening at what I would call a healthy pace now. Mm-hmm. So that was interesting.
Yeah, and with the grays, like barbering and hairdressing for almost 10 years there, a lot of people say that, oh, it's because of my kids. And actually it kind of is. It's really dependent on your stress levels and how you can handle stress, and everybody has some sort of stress, and some things might stress you out more than it stresses somebody else out, or like what you were going through, Sky, with all of the surgeries and medications. Like your body was definitely having a time and was going through that. But once you went raw, you were finally healing, and it was in a stage of going backwards and not being as stressed anymore. And it's like, okay, I'm going to new growth. That's why a lot of new raw foodies, they're losing their hair. It's one, not enough foods, but two, it's a stressor because it's a big change, and they're changing. Like sometimes people just go all or nothing, and they're not used to maybe the extra fiber or the lifestyle, because sometimes people feel really like they have a hard time around other people that they used to enjoy certain foods with. So there's that extra stress, and you can lose hair from that, or they can change color. And yeah, I wanted to put that in there. My 2 cents of noticing that. So I'm glad that yours did reverse, and you are proof of that happening.
Yeah, I have been on a bit of a hair journey, because when I first went on, I was doing more veggies, seeds, a few nuts, but predominantly the first year was more veggie, fruit, and then I went all fruit, and that's when I ended up in all sorts of issues, and I needed the minerals. And once I got minerals back in, not only did I got what you call like this, I don't know how well people can see this, but I had the like what I call traditional of what happens when you get a mineral loss, whether it's iron or whether it's a B12 or thyroid. Mine, I reckon, was thyroid, because there's just not enough iodine or selenium in fruits for me to have a healthy thyroid. So I grew it back, but then I lost it, and it was all thin. All my hair was thin. Then I not even by choice. A lot of what I do is what I'm called to do. I've said this before, is I did a lot of greens. I added back in nuts and seeds, which I hadn't had in 2 years. And then I added in sea moss gel, and my hair is like, I wish my hair was like this when I was little. I just can't believe. And it's what you work on, I feel, with raw foods is, when I first went on raw, I was working harder on not getting away from symptoms, and that meant for a period of time eat lighter. But now I'm definitely in the hormone, organ support, and hair, skin, and nails, because it really protects me. When they get weak, I get more mast cell activation as well. So I feel like, because I saw someone ask a question here about worrying about their hair loss, and I feel like, well, Lisa, you can probably talk on this. Marabella, you got hair. Kiko, you got hair. Ali, I assume you got hair. I can't see you. You're frozen there.
I would say the top 2 things, like Ali was talking about, stress is one of the top reasons too. But people, when they go raw, the vast majority of people, I would say the number 1 reason why people struggle is they are not eating enough. They're just not eating enough calories in general. They fill up because raw food is very high in water and very high in fiber. So it stretches the stomach. So you get those stretch receptors that tell you, oh, hey, you filled the stomach, we're good. But because raw food is so low in calorie density, that we do get that stretch, but we're not getting enough calories. So we're not getting enough calories. We're not getting enough nutrition. We're not getting enough minerals. We're not getting enough protein. We're not getting enough fiber. Like, we're not getting enough of everything. So what happens is people continually and systematically undereat. And then when they get to a point where their body is just like, I can't anymore, like I need more minerals, the body stops, low priority things like hair. It'll also downregulate your metabolism. It'll shut down your hormones, because the body is smart. It's like, I'm not ready to make a baby when you're only eating 1,200 calories a day. Like, we don't even have enough to grow a baby. So the body will shut down certain things like hormones, hair growth, those kinds of things. And so people will lose more hair. But if you're eating enough and you're prioritizing minerals, like Sky said, you add those extra things in like Irish moss or what have you, you can have healthy hair. And I haven't colored my hair in, I think it's been like 2 years now. So everything up here is all, my roots are all natural color. I have a couple grays, but you know, I'm 47 almost, so I'll take a few. It's fine.
And yeah, that Irish, that sea moss is very beneficial. I know some people don't like it so much, but it's kind of one of those things that has those hidden minerals that are really good for you. And if you've ever seen like surfers' hair, people that are out in the sunshine and in the ocean a lot, they get a lot of minerals from just being in the ocean and the sunshine. And some people just have like amazing hair. And yeah, the greens really help with that too. And then of course, you know, greens are have fat soluble nutrients. So having a little bit of those hair specific seeds, or if you still have a cycle and you sync your cycle with certain seeds that help with like your estrogen, your progesterone, and that kind of stuff, that can also really help too, because it helps balance it out. So then your stressors are not as intense, and yeah, it really helps.
Yeah, the seed cycling, by the way, for those who are curious, I have a whole chapter in my Pause Please Perimenopause book that's part of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle going on right now. So I do talk about the seed cycling. I'm glad you mentioned that, Ali.
Oh, yay. Yes, please do.
So I noticed that in fact, the best looking people I have seen on this planet are surfers, and these surfers are usually young in the water. I'm talking, these guys are in the water probably 8-9 hours a day. They probably come out, have 2 mouthfuls of food. Their whole priority is surfing. Because somebody asked me about my hair lightener, does it work on dark hair? And it does, but it doesn't. If you're fair, it's going to go blonde, but it's hair lightener, so it will just lighten it. It basically like alkalizes. I think it also, the acids are going to also take out some of the color in the hair. But you see some of these guys who are indigenous and they come out and their hair's white. Their skin is like the most incredible color. And, you know, they're very alkaline too, and they're literally absorbing minerals. And I also think there's something for water that's been running for billions of years over like rock, and it's been cycling with the sun cycle. Like you're literally getting like pure and like nature's energy through you as well. And that also I think drew me a lot when I was healing, to just be outdoors and by water all day. Like the healthiest, I said the best looking, I mean the best looking means that they're healthiest looking as well. Like they're just, you know, really healthy looking people who are outdoors all day and exercising, right?
I have a thing on that too, Sky, with like you were saying, it's the water is flowing and it's actually living water. So there's you know, the rivers and streams and the ocean, it's constantly in movement. And for those that know of negative ions or earthing, it is very beneficial for you. It totally resets your nervous system. That's why they look so young, because they're constantly getting life from nature, from source. Yeah. And the sun is very healing. It can naturally, like I like your lemon hair lightener. I've done that before in the past. It's really good because it helps the sun naturally bleach your hair as a little booster. But yeah, being in that water and just being outside with the fresh air, the negative ions, that's why it's so important to get outside. It's really hard though if you're in the city and it's, you know, you have all the toxic air and the pollution and everything. It can be pretty hard, but the more that you surround yourself by nature, the more of that you'll get. And I have a little bit in my book about living water as well, because I add water to my smoothies. So I brought that up on a couple of my interviews, which I'll probably get into more with you with our interview later there, Sky. So I don't want to take time on this one. Yeah, but Lissa, I'm super excited to learn more. Like I've dabbled in with the seed cycling and I've kept lists about it, and I've learned a little bit, but not enough to really memorize it as much. So I'm glad to hear that you have it in your book.
Yes, yes, yes. I totally wanted to include that because, during the perimenopause phase, we're still cycling. So you can do some things with the seed cycling to kind of like help your body out through it. So I wanted to include that just in case. And it also helps for maybe younger women who are reading it who want to inform themselves about this coming stage of life, and they can use the seed cycling for that too. But yeah, I wanted to include it for that reason.
I just wanted to also ask, Marabella, you have incredible hair. What sort of things do you think, or do you notice things improve your hair? Have you always had that incredible hair? Oh, you're muted.
I have very thick curly hair naturally, and I did notice I didn't notice at the time how much hair I was shedding. I noticed that, but it wasn't until a couple times ago, going to have my hair colored. And after she colored my hair, no hair came out on the brush at all. And I had started having more sea moss gel, and I started adding more protein, and it was a protein powder. It's pumpkin and sunflower seed powder, and adding like 1 or 2 scoops into my smoothies every day. I would have this smoothie every day and just load it up with the protein powder, the pumpkin seed, sunflower seed protein powder, greens, a green powder, fruit, sometimes coconut milk, sometimes just water. But I try to just pack it with as much minerals and protein as I possibly could do. And I would have that. And now when I brush my hair, hardly any hair comes out. It's so incredible. And I think my hair was shedding all my life. It shed so much I didn't even realize that I had a problem until it didn't. So I feel like adding in the sea moss and the extra protein really, really, really helped. Because I think all my life I've probably been a little deficient in things until going raw. Because going raw, I had to eat more in order to feel full and feel filled up. And then I knew that I needed to eat more anyway, just to get more nutrition. So I made that a huge priority. And it really showed in my hair and my nails.
Amazing. That's actually really incredible. Thank you for sharing that.
Maybe Marabella, Marabella and I, we did the podcast about the beauty routine of the skin face massage. So definitely check out. I mean, look at her.
The face yoga.
Share, the face yoga. You want to share how old you are, because I just cannot believe, and I forget every time.
Yeah. I'm 56. I'm either 56 or 57. I'm stopping to keep track.
Oh my gosh, no way! You look so good. For what?
Unreal.
Thank you.
I know.
And it's the green juice too. I know. I saw a huge change with the green juice, such a huge change. And I usually drink green juice every single day.
Yeah.
What is in your green juice? You must share.
Yeah. So usually bok choy or lettuce, or sometimes bok choy, lettuce, and spinach. Zucchini, always cucumber, green apples, ginger, sometimes jalapeno, sometimes not. I feel like I'm missing something. Celery.
That's amazing.
And usually I just drink it straight. I don't water it down. It's so delicious. I can't live without
That
it.
sounds amazing.
Someone's
Wow.
asking how long has Marabella been raw vegan? We could all share how long we've been raw too.
Yes.
Yeah. Since 2022, I in 2024 went high raw again, but now I'm all raw. So mostly raw, I would say.
But in 2020,
and I was
high raw before that,
plant-based? I was plant-based before that. And then 2022, I decided, because I had tried to go all raw a couple of times, and I would always go back to high raw. And so in 2022, I said, okay, what do I have to do in order to stay raw? Which is I have to plan and kind of just make sure that like that smoothie was a big deal to me, to have that on hand, to have it, to stay full, because I would be so busy in my life that I wasn't prioritizing what I was going to have. And I was having food and then loving it and then getting bored of it. And then I was like, now what am I going to do? So it helps to be in a community where I'm seeing all this raw food and I can try out new recipes and things like that. So then I went back a little bit in 2024 of being high raw, because I like squash at times. During the fall, it's hard for me to stay raw because I want to have all of the like squashes and that kind of thing. And then I went back to all raw 2026.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Makes it easier with this community, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely. It really does.
Good. Okay, Kiko, rock star there. How long have you been raw?
So I've discovered the raw vegan diet lifestyle in 2003, December 31st. And my best friend now, he has encouraged me, and I was dealing with ovarian cyst and severe eczema. So I started my raw vegan journey in 2004, and I wanted to be fully raw. And I tell you, this community is so important. Finding the right community, because I did live in Costa Rica and New York, where I had some raw vegan restaurants to go to. But finding the right community is so important. So I highly encourage everyone, listening, connect with the famous, YouTuber or Instagrammer or influencer, whatever, and, try to communicate and tune in, because you don't have to have someone right next to you. Because I was looking for that. And it's one of the reasons I started Raw Vegan Meetup. I have a pop-up cafe, but I have none around me, like zero around me. But it's okay. I have a beautiful community here. So over 22 years, high raw vegan. But it's true that last 2 years, I'm just, by default, I am fully raw. I don't stick, I don't think about it. It's just my default is fully raw.
That's a good place to be. Okay, Ali.
Yeah, so I'd say about high raw for 10 years, and I was raw for 1 whole year, but I do try to do a couple months here and there. There was like, the community is great when people have like raw challenges, then it's so much easier, especially when it's a group and you're sharing your food every day, and then weekly doing calls and talking about, struggles and what you can find and everything. So I was able to do raw in the winter time, or the beginning of winter in December a couple of years ago, and since then it's been, up and down, mostly raw until we moved out into a camper last year. And then my husband actually went to go training in the Army for 6 months. So I was by myself with a not good blender, and the fridge was freezing half of my food. So I had to go to the grocery store every other day to be able to have fresh food. And my bananas were ripening so fast, and I have very little freezer space in that stand-up fridge freezer. So it was really hard to keep up with it. But once we got the blender, that's like one thing I cannot live without, is the Vitamix blender. But my goal is to be more closer to all raw for my last trimester, because like we were talking about earlier, the women that have been all raw, they just had such easy birth. And it was very painless, and the hydration, I believe, really, really helped. Not only the birthing process, but the postpartum, being hydrated and nourished. and the depression wasn't there. And I have been one to struggle with depression, living in a very gloomy, rainy town growing up. So moving to Tennessee has been a complete 180 where it's sunny all the time, except for the few days a year where it's storming and gloomy like right now. But having everybody to talk to or someone every day during this bundle has been really, really helpful. So yeah, about 11 years, I'd say, and going, and I would like to prepare myself more for the next one to be way closer to fully raw for next pregnancy, because we do plan on having more. I just would like to be a bit more prepared.
Oh, thank you. Lisa.
I love
sorry, go
finding no, I just love, I really want to thank Lisa and Chris, who's organizing this Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, because, you know, I honestly felt so lonely, and I was, the social setting is the biggest challenge for me to stay fully raw. And I really, you know, I was just sharing with Marabella last night that how much I adore, I feel like I'm back in school. You know, and we learn so much, we grow, you know, we help each other to grow. So thank you.
Aw, you're so very welcome. I'm so glad that it can help inspire.
Yes, thank you, Lisa.
Absolutely.
And just a quick question,
Yes.
Ali, whereabouts are you, if you want to disclose, or which country? You can even just disclose.
So I'm in Tennessee in the States. So it's a southern state, and it gets really hot and humid in the summertime here. And I'm surrounded by a ton of farmland, a lot of Amish communities. So there is a lot of farmers markets. I believe they start in a couple weeks here. And we have been growing a little bit at his mom's house, and our rental property here, I just had the landlord till up some ground, so I'll be able to grow some food. I'm really excited for it because fresh and local is the best that you can find on top of wild, because wild, you can't beat the nutrients in wild food. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to all of that. And it's just, for some reason, it's more filling and satiating because I feel like it just has more nutrition in it when you get it local.
Of course.
Yeah, so
Thank
right.
you. Okay, Lisa.
Yes. So I have been fully raw since 2014. I went raw and I committed to it, and I haven't eaten anything other than raw food ever since. And I just really love it. It's like Kiko says, it's default. It's just, that's how it is. Yep. That's what I eat. And you know, the bundles are really cool because there's always new recipes, like all the recipes we've shown on this one. And we're always coming up with new stuff too. So there's so much to choose from. And then of course we have our favorites, our fallback 5, you know, the standard smoothies. We always make, like, we've been really making a lot of cranberry craze. That recipe is in Nate's Raw Recovery ebook. That smoothie is kind of our go-to. And then, you know, we do a lot of tahini dill at dinner time, or we'll do wraps, and now it's the sandwiches. So for those who haven't gotten the bundle yet, this bread recipe from Christina Soberg in the bundle.
Show that bread again.
Oh,
Show
yeah. Look at the bread, the raw.
Look at that, guys.
Yeah,
it's good.
So good. It's so good.
Amazing.
And I just had a sandwich for dinner. But yeah, so 2014, and I knew about raw since 2004 when I started, you know, I was 24 when I started learning about raw. And it took about 10 years for me to truly commit to it because I was always doing way too high fat, like way too high fat, and not enough produce in general. Like, I really didn't eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. It was mostly fats that I was eating, and I felt okay, but I wasn't feeling like amazing. So in 2014, that's when I did the low fat raw version, and I was eating enough. Finally, for the first time in my life, I was getting enough nutrients in, and it was so much easier to do. And so, yeah, it's been almost 12 years. It'll be 12 years in September.
You know, I want to say that back in 2004, when I started Raw Vegan Journey, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, this person, influencer raw vegan. She's or she or he is actually eating pizza or going to the Indian food in the restaurant. Nothing wrong with that if you decide to do it. But I kept hearing that, like, what they preach is quite different from their daily life. But Lisa, or Nate is Lisa's husband, and he would validate for sure. She's 100%. She would not touch anything cooked. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to also say too that I don't eat it because I don't think that it has a place in certain people's lives. Like Marabella likes her steamed squash, whatever, like it's not a big deal. But for me, it's like it's not even in the realm of what I want. So I don't do it because I'm scared of cooked food. I do it just because I would genuinely prefer just to eat raw food. So everybody's kind of at their own, their own vibration of what resonates with them, and as long as it's plants and there isn't any animals involved, that it's all good, raw or not.
I agree. Great point. Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah.
And just on what Kiko said about influencers who are doing something which doesn't align with what they're saying, is I can tell, and I know that everybody I'm connected to is sharing their truth because it's not perfection. Like when somebody gets on camera and tells you they've been doing something and they've had this perfect way, and you can be perfect too, only if you do what they're doing. Like I'm very skeptical about that, because the whole thing we want people to understand is find your way, find your journey. And, there can be turbulence when you go on. You may be someone who enjoys cooked food and it doesn't affect you. But like Lisa was saying, when I include more of the fresh watery food, like the living food, like most of my bowl is that living food. That's what makes me feel so good. And that's why for me, like the nuts, seeds, spices, and some condiments are all I can really tolerate before I start not feeling good. So that's where it's become my default way. But I think when you cannot demonize anything that you do, but learn from it, you move forward.
Yeah, I wrote about it in my book, Namado 2, that I was dealing with eating disorder. I think many people, or most people have this eating disorder, and I never realized it until very recently. And, I think I was coming from this side because I had a health challenge. It's like, I have to eat raw because I know if I eat cooked food for my body, I wouldn't feel as good.
Yeah.
And then when I came over with that eating disorder, and I cooked meal for my husband. He's vegan, but I would make like a miso soup, and then sometime I would look at him. This was years ago, and it's like, wow, he gets to eat this, and I'm eating this big salad. And after I came over with this eating disorder, I tried it just to see, and I was like, to me, it was lifeless. Like, so again, became not a food for me, right? It's not to say, miso soup is amazing, right? We can make it raw even, but it's just when it's cooked, it becomes very different. And I was mentioning it to Nate when I was interviewing, because he wrote about the raw recovery after tremendous, very difficult surgery he had to go through due to abscess. And when I eat cooked food, like, for example, coconut water, if it's in a bottle, if I drink it, I can feel like a film in my mouth. Because, but if I put the coconut water in a green smoothies, I feel clean after eating it. So anyway, that's something it bothers me. Like my teeth is always so clean with raw food.
Yeah. I think that's my driving force. I've been I've been vegan for 7 years, and then there was all sorts of things going on in my life, but raw, 100% raw for 5 years this year, guys. 5 years.
Yay! I love that.
I can't believe that.
That's amazing.
When I started the bundle, I think I was a year and a half in, and now this year, 5 years. So
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much changes. So I'm very excited, very proud. I remember the first year going raw. Every day I was, well, the difference is like night and day. Well, it was for me. I was like so excited, but it was a real slow year. It was like feeling everything for the first time. Time really slowed down for me. And then all of a sudden it went, and it's gone fast. So yay. And we've gone over time now. So I'm going to wind this up. And I am going to say thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you for bringing your beautiful recipes, ladies. And if you missed the start, have you got something there, Kiko? Can I bring you up on the screen, or is that a no? Because we want to see it. We want to see you.
Okay, you can. You can. Yeah. Thanks, Lisa, for the cloud. Sorry, I don't remember the exact name. Cloud cupcake abo. It's. So I'm gonna freeze it. I'm sorry, it's not looking so pretty, but I have so much. Like, I don't know. Did I? I have all this.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm gonna freeze it, and yeah, I'll share the end result. But I've been tasting it as I make it. It's so good. Like I know it's gonna come out excellent. So thank you, Lisa.
You're so welcome. Yeah, that's my favorite recipe. Definitely that cloud cupcake. Avocado cacao cloud cupcakes.
Oh yeah, and I want to say that
Wait
the
to try
overnight
that.
oats.
What's this?
Overnight
Yeah.
oats.
Show us. Yep.
The overnight oats by Lisa again. From her. Is that from the group collaboration again?
That's from Make It Raw 5.
Oh, Make It Raw.
Yeah.
Make It Raw 5. I don't usually eat something like this in the morning, but I'm almost done. So that was really good as well. Thank
I
you.
love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Oh, so guys, there's so many books, 32 contributions in this bundle. We've all got a book or books in this. It's only available for, what is it, 4 more days? Is it 4, 5?
5. Yeah. It'll end on Monday night, May 11th, PST.
Yeah. And then you can't get the bundle again. And each of these books gets close to the price of just paying $50 right now and getting 32, including courses and group collaboration book, which actually has really excited me. I keep going, oh, look at this, I want to try this. So it's definitely worth checking out. I've put the link to buying this below, and I've put it next to each person's name. So just go support the creator you want to support during the bundle. And yeah, and there's more lives going on and things like that. So thanks again, guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a good night.